Hello, Memorial Day here. Um, I sprayed at dawn's early light, dead calm. Actually, it was foggy, and I wanted to share things I saw with you because while I'm on the tractor, I always see something I want to take care of, and or see something I hadn't seen before, and I wanted to give you a little bit of my perspective and maybe help you a little bit with your scouting in general. First of all, on the good note, at the last Penn State growers meeting, the horticulturalist mentioned that if you're looking at blossoms and you're checking for fruit set, the thing to check is the sepals. Now, the sepals are these little tiny leaves that were underneath the flower, underneath the blossom petals. If the sepals are curling up and they start to envelop the stamen and pistil, that you have a good fruit set. It's taken. But if those sepals are still curled down, like you see here, no joy. It didn't take. What it appears is what happens, all of that eventually becomes the calyx on the fruit. Okay, so it's protecting the now fertilized eggs inside the ovary of the fruit. So I thought that was cool, and I started looking for it, and lo and behold, there it was. So now you have a way of just looking at them and going, took, didn't take, didn't take. It's kind of nice. Now, fire blight strikes. I have a lot of fire blight this year. It's kind of making me sick to my stomach. When I'm spraying early enough in the morning, it's very hard for me to see the any detail on the leaves. So a lot of times I'm looking at silhouettes, and I call this the smoldering cigarette effect. This is one right here. That is a fire blight strike up against the sky. I can't really see color. I only can see the silhouette. In fact, there's no leaves there. This is also a fire blight strike. Now, this is a fairly substantial stem, piece of wood from the year before, so the shepherd's hook didn't last very long. And all I've got is a bunch of brown leaves at the tip, and that's telling me that tip is infected with fire blight. Now, I'm spraying. I can't go back and deal with these right away. I just need to take note of them all. See it there? Yeah, there's your smoldering cigarette coming down, starting to kill the leaves beneath it, and it's going to smolder down. All right, the leaves are wet. I've sprayed them. I was using oxytetracycline, which does not kill fire blight, but it slows down its growth. I can't use streptomycin too often. The other thing I was using with that was Actigard, which is to help keep the plant's immune system responsive, keep it pumped up to help slow down that infection rate. I also put on Captan as an alternative fungicide, and I put on. See, I have my notes here. You can't see that. Oh, Regalia, which is also an immune system perker-upper. So anyway, but now you see another smoldering cigarette right there. There it is, buried up there on that end. There's the strike, just beginning. It's almost subtle unless you're looking for it. Now, if you look here, you'll see a little arrow saying something's going on there. What's going on there? Bingo. There's a strike in there. And sometimes it's easy to roll past them, so you kind of have to get the silhouette in your mind's eye of what does the strike look like on a more mature tree, on a less mature tree, because it's always really convenient if it's right up here at the very tip and you get the shepherd's hook. That's nice. This shepherd's hook, it burns down fast. These cigarettes burn fast, okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to live there very long. Plus, we had a wicked windstorm the other day that blew off the leaf that was part of the shepherd's hook. So no joy, okay? How about that? You see it? Right there? You see it? Those brown leaves inside that cluster of leaves. There should not be any brown leaves in there, okay? That's a strike. All of these are going to get heading cuts, and they're going to get a bunch of copper on it. I do not want to give up all my blossoms down here, especially if they're a fruit set. So these are going to get heading cuts, and they're going to get back about 6 inches or so. Now, I'm going along, I'm like, what is that? I think it's scat, poop. what's the other thing? Frass. Um, because that guy was on the other side, or her. Either way, my next spray, depending on fire blight pressure, will probably include BT, just to slow down these guys. There's been a lot of munching going on, and it's bugging me. It's leaving open wounds for fire blight, plus they're eating my leaves. I don't want them to do that. Oh yeah, last slide. I burned down with glyphosate, otherwise known as Roundup, and I used Casseron. And in some sections of the orchard, it's working brilliantly. This section, which is wet, no, not so much. And I'm going to have to reapply. So, looking for the herbicide, and maybe I won't mix up as much. I'm not going to do everybody, but I'm also not going to use Casseron again because I want to rotate. I don't want resistance. So I have Simazine and I have Sandia. I'll probably use the Simazine because it's cheaper than Sandia. Uh, but again, I'm trying to maintain herbicidal strips, and I don't want weeds in these areas. Um, I'm probably going to be putting rootstock in this area. Actually, I have to control what I use in there. But bottom line is the heavy rains have washed out my pre-emergent, and you can see the seed bank is just blooming. Anyway, thank you for your time. Please subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I like seeing thumbs up. Hi, that's me. Hi. There you go. But do please subscribe. Thumbs up means a lot to me. And constructive feedback. And I get people, they ask questions. Well, what tip do you recommend with this product and things like that? Hey, ask away. If I know and I have experience with it, I'll tell you. And if I don't know, I will try to give you points of reference where you can find out for your situation, because every orchard is different. So take care. Um, Memorial Day is a day of remembrance. Please don't forget. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.